to BLPA Big Show. Hockey, sports, life for the adult athlete. Powered by the Beer League Players Association. Follow us at the BLPA.
Everybody, just follow.
Keep connected with us. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram. You dig that?
Follow
on every social media outlet. And make sure you follow the crew on Twitter. Nick at Nicker Jones. Jason at Beer League Jason. And Brooklyn at BLPA Brooklyn. Let's get it.
Welcome to the greatest sports show in the world. Good week, everybody. Hey, we're back. We're in action. Obviously, you see, if you can see, if you're not just listening to us, Jason's not here with us again, but that's okay. We still love Jason. But guess who is? Jillian. Jillian, what's going on?
The first.
Okay,
Hi, guys.
okay,
If you can see, I am here. And if you can hear, I am here. The first thing, I know that maybe you wanted to get into something, but the first thing I noticed as soon as that your video came on, was how haggard you look today.
Oh, okay. Well, thanks. I appreciate
I
that.
mean, maybe I can tell people where to follow us first, but I really want to get into what's going on
so I
here.
can think about how haggard I look.
All right, you think about your excuse, and I'm going to tell everyone where they can find us. All right,
Okay.
every social media at the BLPA, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, X, formerly known as Twitter, OnlyFans, but only if you're lucky, and Patreon.
I just want to say, not only if you're lucky, only if you pay us.
And only if we're lucky then.
Yeah, only if
Maybe.
we're lucky will you follow us over there. You are correct. I do look tired. I'm haggard, haggard, whatever. It's been a busy week. I've actually been home for a little bit, which is nice, but it's also been like my little guy's last week of school. He's in first grade and he has 7 finals in first grade finals.
They do that?
Well, the kid, he's in private school, special smart
Richie
kid.
Rich.
Boy, I wish it's a lot of grinding, a lot of hockey tournaments to get Cooper, to make sure my kid is well educated. But just a lot of stuff going on, and it's hard to sleep when you got a lot of things on your mind, and my mind is always racing. So it's been a rough one. We got a tournament coming up this weekend in Washington D.C., the Laurel BLPA Bash. It's I think it was 18 teams last year. This year it's 20. It was supposed to be 23, but we had 3 teams drop out, and then we had one team that came in that wanted to play, and I tried to squeeze them in, and I just couldn't get the schedule to work. So it could have been 24, but it's just it's a 20 teamer, which is still solid tournament.
Nice round number.
Austin Bash sold out. We're trying to add a couple more teams. That thing has just went crazy, like from 12 teams to 14 to 18. This year we have 22. We trying to go to 24, see if we can get enough ice. So lots of shit going on. So I've been stressing, like merch. We're moving into like a new space in Calgary to kind of handle the merch and kind of get everything centralized, because I had kept all of it in Oklahoma and just had people kind of doing it that way. And I was like, you know what, it'd just be way easier if I did it myself. Or had someone do it. So we found a space that we can put all of our merch stuff and be more kind of streamlined and make sure everything's shipped out. And yeah, so it's been a lot.
Damn, sorry to hear that. But you're here now.
Sorry to hear it. No, it's a good thing, because it means the business is started going in the right direction, right? Anytime you can go from like a 10 by 10 storage space for all your stuff in merch, and then move it to a 1,400 square foot space, that's a good thing, I think.
Big wins.
I think so. You mentioned Patreon, and I want to give a shout out to all our Patreon subscribers. Patreon.com, the BLPA. Yeah, there's incentives for Patreoning us.
Mm-hmm.
One of them, is called a mouth hug. All right, and basically, listen, it's where we make people feel good using our mouths. It's just the way it goes.
Do you have any example of what that would look like? Like
you're gonna read one here in just
ASMR.
1 second. You're gonna read one in just one. Yeah. I don't know if is that ASMR. I don't know. But
different folks.
Mouth hug is where, if you donate at the $5 level, you get a mouth hug from Jillian. Now is basically what you're getting. So I mean, who wouldn't want a mouth hug from Jillian? But this weekend we're gonna mouth hug. Oh, your husband?
Yeah.
This weekend, or this week, we're going to start off our mouth hugs with James Brown, James Brown is a hockey god He's at the $50 a month level. Hold on. Do I have that sound?
Wow. I wish
Do
I
I have
had like
this?
a party horn or something.
I thought I had sounds. Wait. Nope. Nope. Nope.
James
Nope.
is canceling his subscription
Oh,
as
no,
we
no.
speak.
Then I would cry. I think it's this one. Hold on. Oh, there it is. Yeah. James Brown. Everyone bow your heads. Bow your heads to worship hockey god James Brown. He is one of our biggest supporters. Definitely at the highest level of Patreon. And for that, we thank thee.
We
May,
think thee.
yes. May all your games be blessed by Brother James. May you score many goals in James's honor. I need to give everyone a assignment of doing 10 Hell Jameses. Thank you. Thank you for your support, James. And
Thank
now,
you, James.
James, I need you to sit back, close your eyes, relax, and enjoy this mouth hug from Jillian.
It feels it feels like I should do it in kind of an Irish accent. It feels a little limericky to me. But if he wants some more soul poetry, we do take personal requests.
Yeah, I think he wants it uh like sex line worker voice, like 1-800 mouth hug.
Well, I don't know what he's into, so I'm gonna take a whack at it.
Dealer's choice.
Hey, there once was a player named James. I don't know where this guy's from.
I don't think I don't think he's liking his
Hold
hug
on.
so far.
Hold on, we're spitballing here. James, you tell me what you're into. All right. There once was a player named James. On the ice, he set hearts all aflame. It's getting a little theatrical. With a wink and a grin, he'd score and he'd win, leaving fans swooning and chanting his name. That's 1-900 James Brown.
What? What? Yeah, Papa's got a brand new bag. James, I hope you enjoyed that mouth hug. I
And if
mean,
you
it
didn't,
might have been a
you
little long. Yeah, if you didn't, well, that's your mouth hug. I mean, Jillian
sorry, you
can
get what you
just
get.
yeah, she's that's her talents. That's where they lie.
One
So,
of many.
so if you donate on Patreon at least $5 level, you will get a mouth hug on the next episode. But now we're backlogged, so we're going to get to those. Maybe next time we'll have 3 or 4 of them that we can read. Just it really depends on Jillian's
Or
stamina.
40,
Or
depending, because everyone's gonna want one now.
Jillian, if you can do 40 mouth hugs in a day, I mean, more power to you. You know.
Thank
So,
you.
all right.
Yeah.
So a lot of things to talk about today. Jillian, producer Jillian, content girl. I don't know what her nickname is yet, but she's got a list of things to go to. But the number one topic that I want to talk about, well, I have 2 topics, but number one is ringers, and because we're doing the tournament this weekend in DC, I don't understand. And listen, you're not a hockey guy yet.
I
Uh,
mean, yes, not
not a
playing,
hockey
but
player. You're not a hockey player guy. You're not a big
supporting and appreciating.
you know the game, you love the game. We
Yeah,
just gotta get you to play the game. So you're 2/3 of a hockey guy, really.
2/3. Okay.
And so you played volleyball. I don't know if there is an issue with things like ringers in volleyball.
Meaning,
Just like people that come out and play way below their skill level to dominate the game.
oh, sandbaggers.
Sandbaggers, ringers. Okay, yeah, sandbaggers is a
Oh,
good one too.
to me, ringer is like, oh, that's the one you go to because they will always score.
Yeah,
Maybe we're
yeah.
just
But then he's in the lower levels being that guy. So a
oh,
sandbagging ringer, yeah.
always,
Gotcha.
always. There's always that
Okay.
guy.
I don't understand. Well, and listen, maybe because like I'm not a ringer level guy, so I can't dictate those games. So maybe that's why I don't understand it. But like I went through college and played baseball, but then I went and played like competitive softball, and I played with my friends. Uh, but they played in like E League. So I guess maybe I was sandbagging too. But the thing in E League, at least where I'm from in USSSA, like you couldn't hit home runs. Like if you hit a home run, you were
Aren't
out.
allowed.
No, not in E League. If you hit the home run, you were an automatic out the rest of the times you came up to bat. So
All
there
right.
was, but no, then there's DNC. I think that kind of combats the
Oh,
sandbagging, right?
even a blind squirrel finds a nut every so often. That's
Listen,
nothing about skill.
yeah, but no home runs though. Like I could hit a ball. Like that's the way it is. And the thing about it is, I get it. Like, but in hockey, there's not a ton of that. But so I'm doing all the roster stuff, and I keep seeing like teams, players registered, and I see this guy that registered. He's out of 10, he's a 7. He's registering for the lowest level that we have, Bender level.
Mm.
And he played ACHA, Division 1 hockey, and then I looked, he legitimately was playing for the lowest level team. And I sent him a message. I said, "Hey, do you know you're registering for the lowest level?" He said, "Yeah, I'm just playing with my friends." I said,
Okay.
"Okay, but cool. But why can't your friends play at your level? Why do the other teams have to deal with a you and your friends don't have to deal with a bunch of yous that they're playing against?" Because I always thought, well, maybe you should play to the highest guy's level, not the lowest, because you don't want a guy out there dominating. And he just said, "Oh,
No.
typical ringer response. I'm just out there to have fun. I'm not going to score. I'm just going to hold back and just take it easy." And it's like, cool, fucking cool, but still not cool.
No,
Because you could turn
absolutely. I'm
around
on
like,
the absolute opposite end. There's no way that I can agree with this because then you're saying you want the majority of the team to then play up. And how pissed would you be if you're the other team who comes out expecting to actually play a game? You're like, what am I supposed to do? Am I going to give somebody concussion? Like, am I playing with preschoolers? It's way
well,
easier for one guy to be like, oh, I just won't do what I do
but that's what they say until the game's on the line, and then what do? Then they go take over a game.
if needed. It's
I
just
if
nice
need
to
but
have
that's
something in your back pocket.
cool, I get it, but then think about, like, you're worried about the other team if they play up. If they play down and the other teams were, "Oh, well, what's the point of even playing? Because this guy's just gonna take over and dominate if needed."
If one guy can beat an entire team, that seems like the other
Connor
team needs to
McDavid
do.
took his whole team to game 7 of the Stanley Cup final. You know what I'm saying?
No,
Like,
it wasn't one person. It's not like there was no
no, it
goalie and
is
then
one
I'm like,
person.
"Come on."
Listen, the
See?
Edmonton Oilers do not have a goalie. They have no one else that can play hockey except Connor McDavid. That's just the way it goes. Like, Connor McDavid, he's a friend. He's a superstar. I'm an Oiler hater. I'm so happy they lost. So happy. I'm pissed. I'll get into this in just a second. But
Yeah.
at the end of the day, okay, so you got a team of benders and one Connor McDavid, and he can go out and
Okay.
dominate the game. That's fair to all the other teams they're playing? I don't think so.
Well, let's
And
put it
maybe
to the test. We need, like, put 5, like, me's out on the ice, get one good guy,
one
and let's
Connor
see which
McDavid.
team wins.
Okay.
Sure.
I think it'd be Connor McDavid.
All right, let's Concord. Where
Connor,
you
if
at?
listen, Connor, I know you're sad, and I know I shit talk the Oilers. I don't like the organization, Connor, but I like you. So if you want to come out and help us uh, prove a point here, you have 5 Jillians, one Connor McDavid against another Bender level team.
Yeah,
I still think Connor McDavid's win. I just do. Like, if you put a guy
I
that
would love to see it.
played professional level hockey with 5 he can still skate around everybody. Have you never seen Pavel Datsyuk basically dangle an entire team of NHLers?
You
Like,
could just put a little circle around him the whole time. Like, everyone's holding hands around him, and he literally
listen,
there's strategy here.
if you went to Disneyland and you were attacked by 5-year-olds, you
Yeah.
yourself,
Yeah,
okay, this might not be because it's you, but me, if I was attacked by 5-year-olds,
okay.
and if it was 6 5-year-olds, which is how many people are on the ice, I could beat up all 6 of those 5-year-olds
No
with just
shot.
me. Yeah, 100% I could.
No, you couldn't because 'cause you'd go to jail.
No, okay, yeah, okay. In a perfect world where it's one day where the laws
But
don't
in a
exist
perfect
and I can
world, I
beat the shit
wouldn't go
out
to
of
jail for
kids.
beating children.
No, listen, they're attacking me.
Okay, so you're on
I'm
the defense.
defending myself. I could take them
How many? 6 of them?
for
6?
sure. 6
6
5-year-olds for
7-year-olds.
sure.
Those
6
things are wily.
Yeah, okay, but listen, they don't have old man strength like me. It just takes one punch. Like, I could punch my kid right now in the face and he'd be done. One
That's
of them.
one of them. If
Yeah,
they're not coming at you one at a time.
yeah, but look how fast this is. Like,
Oh
it's
my oh, you
it's
know
just
what? You're right. Now that I saw
yeah,
that.
exactly.
Woo!
Exactly. And so
Wanna get you
what I'm
hands.
saying is that one guy can control a game in the beginner division, in the lowest level.
Okay.
If you go up to intermediate
Sure.
heroes, which is where this guy, listen, I fucking moved him. I said, hey, and we're working. Your guys are going to go up to heroes, and they are.
You are
Um,
that guy.
I'm a commissioner of the people. Okay,
All right.
BLPA commissioner. That's how I do things. And
Not
see,
his people.
even this guy on YouTube comedy said he follows me, bro. I don't know if he means he's following our account, which I hope you do, or if he's following my line of thinking.
It's definitely your account. It's not your line of
No,
thinking.
he is for sure. And listen, you're just 2/3 a hockey guy. Once you get playing, I think you'll know. Like, if you get into playing and you're in a tournament and you're like, what's the point of being out here? Because these 1 or 2 guys are dominating the game. Like, we can do nothing against them. We can't stop them. We have no chance to win. Then you'll understand what heartache and turmoil I'm trying to prevent at this level.
Well, John, did you see that John said that they had both scenarios in Nashville the past weekend and neither one was fun?
And you're right. It's not fun for a team that's advanced and playing against a lower level team. I totally agree. It's not fun. It's not fun to win 10-0, and it's not fun to lose 10-0. Just not that's not fun either way. So I
I think I
agree
would
with him
rather
there.
win 10-0,
Well, oh no, I would
but I
rather
have
win.
issues.
but it's not. But listen, when you pay to play hockey, like a hockey where you have some parity, and you go out there and you stop skating after the first period because you're up by 7 or 8 goals, that just sucks because you're like, fuck, like I got to play 1/3 of a game. Cool.
That's
You know?
true.
And listen, parity is elusive. As a tournament director, it's elusive. Even with 20 teams, it's elusive. But the one thing I find at the lower levels is that they don't understand that there's always going to be a number 1 team and a number 4 team out of 4 teams. Like there's
No,
always gonna be a
everybody
personal
gets a
analysis.
trophy. We're all winners.
Well, don't get me started on this. Hey, as a tournament, I just want people to understand. Like people always yell at me for it. As a tournament director, as a guy running the tournament, you know what I want? I want every game to be a tie. Every single fucking game, I want it to be a tie. I don't give a shit who wins. I don't give a shit who loses, unless it's my friend Jeff Peck. I hope he loses every single game, mainly because he's not in here watching us because he's at work. So I can say that. I
How
hope
dare
he
he
loses
have a
every
job?
game. Fuck you, Jeff Peck. And yeah, and so it's just the hard part about running tournaments is the ringers. I mean, it's an uphill struggle. Like getting adults to pay their way, ringers, and then them bitching about schedules, and you're like, listen, like, I know it. Everyone wants to play at the best times, but
Yeah.
unfortunately, there's only a few games at the best times, and there's a lot of teams. So what do you want me to do? Do you want me to maybe I should raise the price? Maybe I should be like, okay, the tournament fee is $17.50, but if you want your perfect schedule, it's $2,500. Would you
Mm,
pay? Probably not. So
maybe. Maybe there
maybe
is a number in there.
maybe there is a number. Maybe I just found a way to increase revenue here. Let's
Oh my
go
god.
business. LPA
Hey.
business show.
Yo, crack open a cold one. The BLPA Big Show is coming right at you.
Just so we can get you hosers listening to the podcast, even though you listened on the live show, here is our super secret word of the week. The super secret word of the week is woolly mammoth. Keep woolly mammoth in mind, write it down, talk about it on next week's podcast, and you could win a prize. Again, the secret word is woolly mammoth. Okay.
Sounds like you need to get that found out.
Okay, let's go before I get
Okay.
too worked up. Let's go to one of your
Yeah.
topics.
Let's chill.
Let's
Okay. Well, actually, since you just said the thing about the people wanting the perfect times, because I wanted to do like 2 weird hockey trivias that you kind of had to guess.
Okay.
Could you guess the longest overtime in the NHL? If you can
Oh.
guess the year, I will personally Venmo you 68 cents right now.
Oh boy.
If you could guess one of the 2 teams, I
the
would
lo-
Venmo you 67 cents.
the longest overtime.
Longest overtimes. How many
Okay.
overtimes
'Cause I was
or
gonna
how many
oh, yeah.
minutes?
I was gonna say the longest overtime would be 20 minutes because that's all overtime period is. I would have won 68 cents. Damn it. And okay, so we won't answer that question here unless people answer in the comments. We'll leave it for that because here's what I discovered.
Okay.
I don't know if you know this, but we're the 124th hockey show in USA, ranked hockey show in the USA,
And
which is
there are
wild.
124 hockey
No,
shows.
no, no.
in
There's
the
there's a shit ton of them because we've been out of the charts. Like I'd looked before, like when we weren't taking it as serious, we were out of the charts, but and we're still not. Now we're taking it serious, but we hadn't been. And somehow I went in and looked as I started forming. Like, wow, how are we still at 168 ranked hockey show? That's crazy. So I started looking, but since then, even in like the last week, we've moved up another 40 slots here.
Oh my
Like we're 124, 129. I need to get to the top 50.
Absolutely.
One reason why. I mean, I'd like to get number 1, but that's Spittin' Chicklets. But I need to get in top 50 because there's an Edmonton Oilers show at number 50 right now, and we're way better than the Oilers for sure. So we got to get right up there. So here's how I propose to do that.
All right.
If someone answers your question, you Venmo them 68 cents. That's one way to do it. The other way,
Everyone's gonna Google this.
well, hey, you gotta pay it. You came up.
course.
Don't make us liars.
All right. I will Venmo the first person who gets the comment correctly. I will Venmo them.
Well, here's where you have to comment it. Apparently,
Oh my god, John did it.
Oh fuck.
No, he's wrong about the teams though. He got them out of
602.
overtimes.
Did
you know that
He's
actually? Do people know this
Googling.
for
Come
real?
on. Hey, but anyway, so how we could do it is leave your answer in, like you can leave like a comment on Spotify, like it asks a question like, "What do you think of the show?" I didn't know this.
Oh, we got to put the question though.
No, it puts it automatically
does?
puts one, yeah, because we were getting interactions and I had no clue. Like I didn't know. I didn't even know to check it. So I had to go back through them and like people were commenting on our show, had no clue.
Oops.
So you can go to Spotify and like leave a comment, like even like John Dunham, Super VIP.
Okay.
He went in and he put like he said, "Oh, so Coop's going to all the Six Flags except the best one," because our conversation last week. I didn't even know this was a thing. So go on to Spotify. If you're on Spotify, if you're
Okay.
listening on
Go
Spotify,
Spotify.
do that. Share it. Give us a share. Help us out. Listen, we're all hockey guys. She's
Yeah.
2/3 a hockey guy.
I'm a hockey.
I'm
Big
100%
hockey
hockey guy. Who, if you're listening, you're probably a hockey guy. Why don't you give us a share? All right. All these
Yeah.
other shows that are in front of us in rankings, they talk about the NHL, substandard product. All right. They don't talk about beer leagues like us.
No.
If you're a beer leaguer, you're not in the NHL. You don't need to be fucking voting for NHL shows. Again, that doesn't bother you. Beer league shows. Vote for us. Rate us. Do
Yeah,
it.
vote for
Let's
us.
go. Let's go.
Except for I did have one fun NHL
Okay. Well, we can talk about the NHL.
No,
We can
it's
talk.
just this is one more trivia thing if you can guess.
Okay. One more trivia.
The most teeth lost in a game by a single person.
32.
No, it's not that dramatic.
How many teeth do we have? We have 32 teeth, right? Is that how many we have?
Why are we always talking about teeth?
I don't know. We have nice teeth. Whatever.
Okay.
You know why we're talking about teeth right now? It's 'cause I gotta go get a fucking root canal.
Let's
That's why.
No.
I just found out
Denture,
about this
denture boy.
yesterday. I would love. Hey,
I'm
I would love them. I would love them to fucking rip every single tooth out and just put big shot white white
Ew,
shiny
you
out of
gumming
the
on your
that
nanner
sounded
pudding?
good. Yeah, hell yeah. Grandma had them gums. Um, and so yeah, I gotta have a root. I just found out my mouth was hurting like when I was traveling. When I was traveling, I like beef jerky. Huge beef jerky fan. Love it. I do
I
beef
support
jerky
that.
reviews sometimes on YouTube. Best beef jerky, no man's land, and then damn good is right up there. But I was chewing on it and it would kept getting stuck in my mouth and hurting, and I'd have to like pick it out with like a tooth. That fucking sucked. And finally, I was like, I can't eat beef jerky because it's hurting. And I went to the dentist and like, oh yeah, it looks like you used to have a crown back here and now it's falling off. Like you gotta get a root canal on that motherfucker. They're like, we could pull it, but the tooth is still good. Like it's still like it's still a lot of tooth there. We don't want to have to extract it. Like we're gonna have to root canal. And I'm like, but that hurts too. Like I don't,
Oh,
so
but you gotta be drugged, right?
well, here's the weird, like in the States, when I would go, they would gas the shit out of me, laughing gas. I'd feel good. They don't really do the laughing gas here in Canada.
That's because
They
you're
do.
not paying you're not paying $74,000 for the procedure.
Well, they would. But I would have to pay for the laughing gas.
God forbid.
Or but it's I mean, it's a lot of money. Like, you know what I'm saying? I mean, you have to pay it right then. Like, it's not like where you could get it in the States and they just send you a bill and you don't pay it for 6 months. They threaten to send you to collection, so then you start paying a little bit.
Did
It's not like
that.
that.
Still
It's
didn't
not like
pay it.
that. But so then they're like, "Okay, we understand your proclivity, mouth pain. I hate it, whatever." They said, "We could also do sedate it. It's cheaper than the gas, and you're not asleep, but you are
Oh.
asleep." And I was
Oh,
like,
yeah, do
I'm like,
that.
"Okay, what do I?" They're like, "We just give you a pill," and I'm like, "Oh, I don't think I've ever had that done." They're
They're
like,
like, "Turn around and bend over."
well, they were like,
We'll give you
they're
your
like,
pill.
you've never had it done. What about when we removed your wisdom teeth? You did that. I'm like, I was sedated, and they're like, you don't remember that? I'm like, no. And they're like, well, apparently it did its
It
job. So
worked.
let's do that. Let's do that. So,
Okay.
Casey, like in the comments, I had to get 4 root canals 2 weeks ago after a high stick to the teeth.
Gnarly.
4
Wait,
of 'em?
Johnny Dunham guessed 4 for the teeth.
Don, it's more
Wrong.
than that, but it's more like, but 4 teeth is just a love tap with a stick. Was it 18?
No.
Okay.
I
Guess
think
it.
it was a
Guess it.
puck.
It was a. Oh, I've seen some pucks do some damage, man.
It was in
Oof,
2010 too. It's semi-recent. You know
that's.
what's even funnier is that the guy
You think
whose
this is
last
funny?
name rhymes with teeth.
Wreath, Keith,
Yeah.
Duncan,
Yeah.
Duncan Keith. Okay,
Yep. 8 teeth.
Duncan Keith.
You're close.
Pucks lost his teeth.
10.
10. Okay.
Wrong.
Hey,
Close though.
leaving the Spotify when this thing opens. All right,
All right,
we
Spotify.
need some fucking interaction. All right, we need some
Yeah,
interaction.
Spotify. I mean, this Facebook is kind of popping off right now. I like these
Well,
guesses
this is why I do
because
the
they're
live,
wrong.
because usually like we might have hit a wrong time, like at a lunchtime or something. Usually we got a lot of people in here because it's on our Facebooks and stuff during the day. But hey, here's the deal: even though you're watching here, and actually I'm going to do it. I'm gonna plug in a secret word into that I'm not going to say on here.
It's
I'm not.
oh.
You have to download it. You have to download it
Mm.
on Spotify or Apple, and then we have like a contest software. I'll make this contest. You listen, you put it in, and then once we get like 10 of them, then we'll do like a special giveaway of
Okay.
secret words. So you have to download it. I'm not going to tell you where it's at. You're gonna have to scrub through it. Listen, we're getting smart here. All right. We got Jillian here with all these ideas, and
I think
you
you said
guys,
them.
well, I did make this idea, but she's inspiring me to make
I
other
get that a
ideas
lot.
as well. You're inspirational. So,
Thank you. Needed
so yeah.
that.
Okay. So we talked about your trivia. Let's
Yeah.
talk about something else that I'm working on it's not
Ooh.
really stressful,
Okay.
but, like, this has kinda been a goal for a long time, of me, but there's just so much stuff going on that I can't ever get to it, but now it's like I'm focused on it. I'm laser beamed in. We have applied for, and getting going on a nonprofit, and not obviously, BLP it's not gonna be called BLPA, just because there's a lot of rules in nonprofit and not being able to, like, benefit, the directors or whatever. So, but we are starting a new nonprofit, and it's gonna be called Puck 10 Project, and the whole mission of the Puck 10 Project is just to kinda help people in the hockey community. When we start off here, it's gonna be getting kids into the game that can't afford it, or maybe they play and they're good, but they can't afford travel hockey. They can't afford this because of just financial restrictions. We want to help further that, mainly because we believe that sport is kind of the imbuer of all the principles that we love in life in people, whether you strength, respect, discipline, integrity, all that. We think sports teach that stuff, and so if we can get more people into the sports and doing that, we think we can build people's confidence to make them pillars in their community as they get older. And that's what we want. We want everything to be better as we go forward. And so we're going to start this charity with a bunch of beer leaguers already wanting to get involved, to where it starts off where 10 beer leaguers in every state give $10 a month. And then that goes towards a scholarship fund where we have 50 states, 50 scholarships of $1,000. That's 10 players times $10, $100. And
So
then we'll have
smart.
50,000. Yeah, we'll have $50,000. And so I will say, vanity wise, I like the 10 because 10's my number. 10's my number. And so that
That's okay.
means a lot. You got to make it about me somewhere, right?
There's always
That's
got to
what
be a
everyone
way to
says.
tie it back.
And so, yeah, Puck 10 Project, look for it. Hopefully, we'll get it off the board running, and then, we got a lot of people like Super VIP Johnny Dunham. He's gonna be on the board. He's a guy. He just said, "I sent you a logo idea on Messenger.
Ooh,
Is
fun.
it a caricature of me? Because that'd be great." No. And so Johnny is going to help us kind of get stuff rolling. I think we want to get events. We'll get like golf events to raise money. Obviously, the BLPA will be donating a bunch of money into this to make it happen through our tournaments and stuff. But like our bash tournaments, we've been looking for a charity to kind of attach and give back. And so why not just have a hockey charity that we're involved in to give the money to make stuff better? I think that's a good idea. So yeah, so
Sounds cool.
super super excited about that. Look at us, charitable,
Just charitable. This is just for a
philanthropical,
tax deduction. No,
philanthropical
it's for the children.
for the
How do you choose?
kids.
Do
But
they
I
have
just,
to try out? How do
I
you?
no,
How
I think well,
are they just good kids?
I think the board of directors are going to have to figure that out. I'm a big vision guy. That
Okay,
whole the
someone
minute,
else's problem for the
the
logistics.
minutia of it, not problem, but
Oh,
listen, I understand. There's different ways to skin a cat. I usually think my way of skinning cats is the best,
it's all
100%.
about you.
But if I try to skin that cat and I don't get it right, well, maybe I should see if there's another way to skin it, and then I take credit for that other way. It's a
Well, I
perfect.
started skinning it first.
Yeah, yeah. I thought about skinning at first, but I
Yeah.
think that there's a yeah. So I think that there's a lot of stuff to be fleshed out. But the what I even say with tournaments is, to grow anything, you have to start it. And so we're gonna start it, and then we're gonna grow it, and we're gonna figure it out, and it's gonna be rad and badass. And I think we're gonna be able to do a lot of good, which is basically what we want: golf events, more hockey events. We get some businesses involved, and yeah, I think it'll be a good time.
That's huge. I feel like I can't. I can't. I'm not going to say anything to. I can't follow that with anything bitter.
Well, you just say, hey, here's something else that's good.
Here's something else that's good. There's
Okay.
not. It's actually things that I was thinking about our last time we talked, and the annoyances that popped up in my mind as we went on. Like, I have not gotten that stupid nanner pudding out of my head
Oh yeah, I love me some Nanner Puddin'.
since since then, and not just for what it is, but for how you have to say it, hearing it.
Do
I
you
hate
like Nanner
saying it.
Pudding?
I
Like, do you
hate
like Nanner Pudding?
if
Do you like it?
that's like the swear jar for me, is you
Okay,
saying
would
that
you
word.
would you eat banana
No,
pudding?
I told you I have a weird thing with bananas. I don't like what they stand for.
What do they
Uh,
stand
they
for?
have a weird texture, it's a weird shape. You're never gonna see a girl out in public eating a banana and
Bull
not
crap.
someone else watching
I
her.
always try to make eye contact with them, and they do it, and I'm like,
And
"Okay, I'll
just
get a
ends
banana
up
too,
being
we'll eat
one
them
bite.
together." But here's the deal,
The
banana pudding
noise,
Okay, but banana pudding is literally vanilla pudding with bananas on top. I mean, you can do banana pudding, but most people
Right,
do
with
vanilla.
bananas in it.
Yeah, but it's not. But it doesn't have the weird shape. It's you just cut them into circles.
It's the texture, it's the I can't, like, I
That
can't
just sounds like
smell
you
it.
eating. That just sounds like you eating.
No, I close my mouth when I chew, I'm polite.
Yeah,
Some
but
of us have manners.
as I
Nanners.
said,
Ew, okay,
um,
so this is what I want to know because I hate it. I hate how we say that, but there's 2 other things that I hate how people say these things, and I hope that you're not one of them for one of them. So I wanna
oh
know if
boy.
you okay, one is I hate when people say
Wait.
kindergarten as kindergarten.
Okay, I do. I say kindergarten, but what
Okay.
you should ask me is you should explain to me what it is, and I say it, and then you see if I say it the
Okay.
wrong or.
All right, here's my other one. This is the big one. And
Okay.
some people this could be a hot take. Some people stand by this
Okay.
pronunciation. Okay, so like the peanut butter cups, that brand,
Yep.
but then when they're in bite size looking like M&Ms, what are those called?
Reese's Pieces.
No,
It's supposed to be Reese's Pieces because it sounds,
you
but
do
it's
it.
still it's is it spelled Reese's just like
It's
the brand?
Reese's.
Reese's
Reese's
Pieces.
Pieces.
Yeah, but
No,
what's
you said
and what's the
Reese's
cup?
Piecey.
But no, I said Reese's Pieces. Like is it not Reese's peanut
Reese's.
butter cups?
Reese's. He
Reese's.
owns he owns
It's
the peanut
Reese's.
butter.
Yeah, that's the name.
Reese's.
Reese. There
Reese's.
people say Reese Pieces, but it's not Reese
That's
Pieces.
what I hate.
Well, that would be
I can't stand
that's like my mom always used to say Walmarts,
Yeah, that's bad too.
and I'm like, "Hey, it's Walmart.
We're
Listen, there's
going
no it's
down to the
no 2.
Walmart.
We're only going to one of them. All right? Well,
Yeah.
you might drag me
Yes.
around and take me to 3 or 4 of them. We might go to all the Walmarts, but right now we're going to a Walmart."
Maybe that's what she meant though.
She
I'll
did.
I'll stand by your mom. I'll stand up for your mom on that, but I will never back somebody who says
Reese's
Reese
Pieces.
PC.
Yeah, Reese's Pieces. It's the name of the brand, Reese's Cup. Yeah.
I know, but people say Reese PC.
But listen, to be fair, I talk weird, and so I
You do.
pronounce things weird, just from Oklahoma, like my wife will come in here and tell you, like, the number 10.
Yes, I keep thinking you're saying tin, like
See?
tin roof.
And give me a pen.
Rusted.
Like, give me a pen to write with.
A pin.
Roof.
Wait, I say roof too. I'm
Roof.
glad. Okay, wait. No,
Okay.
here's the real one. This is gonna be the true test of if we say it the same. Your kids league. So we have beer league. Then what's the kids league called on the
Little League.
t-shirts? No. The kids one, the kids version.
Root Beer League.
Oh, you say root beer? I say root beer.
Well, but here's what's weird. If you ask me what is, what gives plants life and on the ground, I'd say roots.
But then you say root beer.
Yeah.
You're an anomaly.
Well,
You don't make sense.
yeah, Enigma is actually I prefer that.
Wait, what's an anomaly?
Yeah. Hey, listen. Hey, listen to me. Uh, but here in Canada, they say weird words like, "Do you know what a garburator is?"
Garburator?
Garburator.
Is it like a garbage disposal?
Yes, but they say,
Oh,
"Go turn on the garburator." I'm like, "I'm not working on a fucking car here."
okay. No, first of all, we have to discuss what you called weed whacking.
What? Yeah, it's weed eating.
Weed eating is
I'm
what
going out with a weed eat
what
I'm
someone
going out
does on a Friday night.
No,
Weed
that's weeds.
whacking.
That's
Weed
yeah,
whacking.
it's a weed eater.
It's not eating the weeds, it's whacking them.
Yeah, but it eats the weeds. But I don't listen.
No,
I'm
it
just this is
doesn't.
what
It
it's
just knocks
called.
them over.
It's weed eating. It's a weed eater.
All I just wanted to say is that you're wrong and I'm right, and I feel
Do you
better
think if
about
you
it
went in
now.
and I mean, listen, I'm sure if you went in weed
Weed
whipping.
whipping?
Oh, there's James Brown. He came.
James, did you hear your segment?
Yeah. James, did you get your segment where you got a mouth hug? Weed whipping, weed whacking, weed eating. Weird.
Both.
What else do I say? I say cement.
Sorry?
Cement.
Pause.
Yeah. Yeah. So I
You're
do say things
no,
weird.
that
I
you
really
don't
do say cement.
actually.
Yeah.
You're calling for a bid on your driveway, and you're gonna talk to the cement
Cement. Cement
guys?
guy. Yeah, the cement guy. Yeah.
Anyway,
Hey,
and
listen.
that's
Hey, don't hate. That's just
No,
what
I
we said.
do.
Like
I
10,
do hate.
10, 10. Yeah, it's the same thing, right? So it's just the way I say things.
That one's just unfortunate.
Yeah.
Okay, so on that, I also wanted to know that this hurts to hear. Okay, see, Tyler says this hurts to hear, Nick.
Well,
He's going
listen.
to his next landscaping job.
Well, listen. I can make Tyler agree with me real quick. I would just say, well, if this hurts to hear, Tyler, we're gonna have a goalie problem in Placid. See, and now he'll say, "Oh, I agree with whatever you're saying," because he wants his buddy to play goalie, and so I can hold it over his head. Listen, I thought I was better. This is what it was called. Like I don't understand what everyone's on about. It's just what it was called when I was growing up.
Yeah,
weird.
and it's just wrong. I'm just here to tell you that it's wrong. You've lived a lie.
Well, I mean, I think everyone has really. I mean, there's probably a lot of things in your life that you probably believed in a lot as you're growing up that are Santa Claus.
What are you trying to say? What about
Santa,
Santa Claus?
he's not real.
That's not true. You can't prove you no, this is like the weird philosophy thing
Yeah,
that we had in 11th grade English. Like, you can't prove there's not a pink elephant standing in the room right now. You can't prove the non-existence of Santa Claus.
I can tell you that Santa Claus has never left presents for my kid, even though we tell him that he did. You know
That's
how I know
because you
that?
say weed eating
Yeah, you know how
and
I know that?
semen.
Because I buy all those gifts and put them under the tree and say from
Maybe your
Santa.
kid needs to be better.
Well, maybe.
This
He's
seems
actually a
like a
really good
coal
kid.
problem.
No, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
See
I
you
think
later.
I just seems it's this big stretch of the imagination to believe that one gentleman can make it to all the kids in the world in 1 year. Make the lie believable. Like pretend like Christmas is a month long. That way he has time to get all these places.
That's why he has elves. He has helpers.
The elves don't go with him. I've never seen one where the elves ride with him on the sleigh.
Yeah, and
They
you've never
can't.
seen him riding the sleigh either,
Yeah,
so
but
don't come at me now.
in all the dramatizations that I've ever seen, cartoons, everything, it's Santa with all them
Mhm.
reindeer and a big ass sack of toys.
Okay, so dramatization because they don't know what actually happens behind the process. Anyway,
So see,
that's
look what he
anyway,
did.
this is all to
Agree,
say
agree, agree, agree. See,
disagree.
I hold a
Who's
lot of
agree?
power. He's agreeing
Oh,
because I
you
told him, yeah.
alright.
All
You, like,
right.
have a gun up to his head, and now he'll say he agrees. This is the other thing that I wanna know because
Obviously,
we
his
already
convictions are
discussed these
not
same
that
things.
strong.
What?
Obviously, his convictions are not that strong.
Yeah, you just bend over for anybody.
Yeah.
If you're digging the show, support us. Patreon.com/BLPA.
The most greatest.
All right.
So now because you are Oklahoman, sort of, I
Mhm.
wanna know, like, as soon as you tell someone that you're from Oklahoma, what's their immediate, like, "Oh, so you da 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 da?"
Oh,
Like,
do you
what's
guys
the
still ride
immediate
horses everywhere?
stereotypical? Ride horses?
Yeah. Which is crazy because yeah, yeah. I mean, listen, I'll go out to my dad's house and there's going to be someone riding a horse down the street. It's just the way it is. We don't all do it. I don't do it. I'm actually afraid of horse. I got bucked off a pony ride when I was 7 years old
Really?
and fractured my arm. So fuck them
Isn't
horses.
that where the saying comes from? You gotta get back on the horse? Come
I
on.
did get, but I'm still scared of them. I mean, listen, anything that wants to like, if it doesn't want me on it, then I won't get on it. You know? And
Oh,
they
now
said
you're gonna start having respect for other things.
just horses,
Sure.
just horses,
Just
just horses. All
horses,
right.
not people.
Mm. Well, hey, people need to earn my respect. Horses, they just get it.
They have it.
Dogs, they just get it.
That's true.
Cats, cats are like halfway in between because they're assholes, which I like, but
Okay.
then they're assholes to
Sorry.
me, which I don't. So it's a weird thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
The cats. Okay, I agree with you. This people think like cows, like we ride cows to school. If I say I'm from Minnesota, the two things we get is like, "Oh, are there like cows everywhere?" and also like, "Oh, Fargo." And then they try to do like a really bad Minnesotan accent.
Fargo, North Dakota?
Yeah, but there is like it's right on the border. It's right down there, Minnesota, it's south.
Do they say like, "Oh, you betcha"?
Oh yeah. Oh, yeah, you bet. I'm like, "Okay, why are you yelling at me?"
You want to hear what's crazy about Minnesota now that you're saying like Minnesota accents?
Yeah.
I found my first jersey ever. And I forgot to bring it in. Shit, I was gonna bring it in
What?
to show it. I found my first like adult hockey jersey ever, and it actually came from a show that started off in Minnesota.
What?
Uh, Airborne.
What is that?
Oh, you've never seen Airborne? Oh, well,
No,
okay,
but why does it sound like Air Bud? Now I already like it.
so the team, so the team is called Moondogs,
Okay.
right? And the only reason the team's called the Moondogs because I started a team and I wanted to name the team, and I had a dream where I was floating in space and there's another astronaut and I floated up to him and he lifted his thing and said, "I'm a Moondog." Oh, but anyway, but in this movie, this guy calls everyone Moondoggies all the time. Moondoggy, Moondoggy. But it's called Airborne, and it's about a guy that's from Minnesota.
Great
No,
state.
he's from California, but he has to move to Minnesota to be with his family.
Oh my god,
So
it's
I think
me.
it's California, but he's a rollerblader.
Okay.
And he's that hip cool kid that surfs and does all this. So like all the chicks like him, but all the Minnesota guys obviously don't because he's coming in. He's the chicks are like, oh look at this, look at
Yeah.
Callie. But then he becomes a hockey player and but Moondoggies. But when you started saying Minnesota and I already had Moondogs in, I was like, oh, I need to go watch Airborne. We got to watch Airborne. We should go watch it.
Just do
It's
a live stream of us watching Airborne for the
oh
first
I'll,
me
man,
watching Airborne for the first
I
time.
love. I used to work with a hockey guy that had never seen movies like Slapshot or like, you're just 2/3 a hockey guy, but you should watch Slapshot. It's
Dude,
a it's
I
a
know I need to. That's like the one thing about me is I think I'm better than everybody if I haven't seen a movie that everyone tells me to watch.
um,
Caddyshack. I don't know why like, now that I haven't seen it for so long, I feel like I have to just keep that as
is
my personality.
isn't that weird? Like, it's just watching a movie. What does
Yeah.
that have to do what does it have to do with anything in terms of you as a person? You're like, "Oh, there goes Jillian. She hasn't watched Caddyshack. Can you
Have
believe
you
that?"
heard? Have you seen? She's
Yeah,
so cool. She hasn't
yeah,
seen that movie like us.
I think, you that's kinda I think that's like a delusion of grandeur, type situation where you're just like, haven't watched Caddyshack." You should get a
Yeah.
shirt. You should actually get a shirt that says, "I haven't watched Caddyshack," and wear it all the time.
I wanted to have, like, a list of the movies that people tell me to watch, like Star Wars, and just, like, here's all the movies I haven't watched and no, I'm not going to. Star Wars, Caddyshack, Slapshot,
Oh, okay.
Dumb and
Well, I mean,
Dumber.
have you seen Angels in the Outfield? Classic.
Oh,
Oh, look at her, not that
no,
cool now, or oh, okay. I guess you still are cool.
still cool. I'm
That's
still
actually good
such
to
a
know.
chill little hipster girl.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, I don't know how you draw the line at like, "Oh, I'm not gonna watch that movie." But, I mean, they are good movie. I mean, hockey, like, Slapshot is a hockey player's movie. Like, that's what
It's
it's
a
about.
classic.
It's just classic. Caddyshack, golfer's movie, right?
Also a classic, but I didn't need it.
Are there any volleyball movies? I don't think so.
Um, what's what's that one? No, they just
There
play
can't be.
volleyball. They
That's
just
what it is.
try to
There
play
can't be.
volleyball in movies, but it's not like there's nothing inspirational about it yet.
Yeah. I'm actually thinking about right now, another idea I had, and I'm gonna do it, is I think we're gonna write some children's books based on, like, a hockey family,
Sweet.
and, I have the ideas of the I'm not a writer, though, but I have the ideas, and so I'm gonna work
Uh-huh.
with a writer. We're gonna write them and then illustrate them, and it's gonna be
Mhm.
around, like, this obviously, this fictional, family, um, and the guy's I'm gonna name it after Cooper. Cooper Jones will be the son.
Aw,
I tried to name my kid Cooper Jones Fleehart because my hero's Chipper Jones, who's a baseball player. I just
okay.
thought that would've been really cool.
Yeah,
My
what
wife said
happened?
no. My wife said no.
Ooh,
And then I tried to name, like,
women are the worst.
his name's Cooper Lincoln, um,
Cute.
after, like, Abraham Lincoln, because 'cause I'm, like, US history guy, but I wanted to name him Cooper Nixon. Get it? Cooper Nick's son.
Oh my
Yeah, see?
god.
And my wife's like, "Get out of here." And so, yeah. Hey, shout out Blue Shoe Magoo, my favorite user on YouTube, just because I like the name Blue Shoe Magoo.
That is
BLP
good.
peeps, have you seen the Ducks' new logo and uniforms? I have seen they are fire, but it's not really new. Didn't they just bring back an old logo? I think they
Wait,
did.
really?
I think they just brought back the old logo. So, see, please write one. I got a couple for my kid, and it's just terrible. And listen, I think these kids books are going to
That's
take on
cool.
like things that kids deal with in life, like obviously like losing the big game, maybe having
That's
a girl play on their team. I mean, it's
oh,
no,
gross.
no, I'm saying like that's a hard thing to for like boys, now that everything's becoming what it is, like to deal with like having a girl on your team isn't a big deal. And usually the girls are better than the boys when they go play on the boys team. But
My cousin
just
would
stuff
dice me up.
like life lessons, maybe we'll talk about, Cooper and his buddies are 6 years old and little Timmy brings in a beer and we'll talk about that. I don't know. I don't know if that's a good one for a
Yeah,
6 year
we're
old.
just spitballing the ideas here right now.
Hey, I got offered my first beer when I was in 7th grade. So I mean that
What?
means it's time for yeah. I
Were you
mean
in
we were
public school or private school?
I was a
I
public
feel like
school,
I
and
feel like
we were at a University of Oklahoma Sooner game, best college football program in the United States. Um, and we were there for FCA, Fellowship of Christian Athletes, and somehow we were getting offered beer, but by the college
take
kids,
my
of
turn.
course, right? Like, "You want a beer?" And I'm like, "I'm in 7th grade," and he was like,
He's like,
"Want a beer?"
"So, yes or no?"
I was like, "Okay."
You
But anyway,
did? You did
yeah,
it?
yeah, I did, yeah.
I thought you
Yeah.
were stronger than that.
I was in 7th grade, and everyone talked about beer, and guess what? I didn't
Peer
like it.
pressure.
Didn't like it. It wasn't They didn't really pressure me, he just asked
Beer
me. I
pressure.
was like, "Yeah," and peer pressure. I give in real easy to peer pressure, usually. So,
Wow, that's where it started.
all right, next
Okay.
topic.
Okay. I have a couple pictures that I wanna show you. Okay, I didn't tell you that I was gonna do this. Okay, so I'm gonna show you pictures of, 2
Oh, I
2
wish we could put these up.
hawks.
Can you put
Wait, can you see this?
I can see it. I wonder if you can send them to me and I can put them up on our screen.
Okay, but I need
It's
them side by side.
okay, text 'em I don't know if we can do that, but we'll figure it out.
It's okay, this is just a quick thing of me,
Okay,
being funny and relatable.
okay.
Okay, so you can see this one?
That's a hawk, yeah.
Okay.
That's
which picture of the hawk is clear?
well, they're both blurry, but
Hawk 1 or Hawk 2?
Hawk. All right, Hawk Tuah wins again. Here we go. I
We
was
had to
trying.
get on the train before it left the station. It's
I
I
I
mean, come on, it's already down the road, but
I did in the group. I said Hawk Tuah girl is greater than
okay.
Oilers booby girl.
And I saw the comments on this too.
Yeah. Did you see Oilers booby girl?
Of course I did.
Yeah. Who hasn't seen Oilers booby girl?
Yeah, it's
Uh,
my screensaver. No, I'm kidding, but
Listen, a
who
huge
hasn't seen these?
big boob guy. Love me some boobs. Cool. But she's not greater than Hawk Tuah. Not greater.
Well, I think there's just a difference in personality, age. I mean, you're looking at apples and oranges here,
But,
or should I
okay.
say like melons and birds?
Bananas. No. Oilers girl is older, so you think she'd be older and wiser, but she's definitely like, here's my boobs. Now I'm going to go Playboy on your ass. And
Which
Hawk Tuah just disappeared after. I heard she got fired from her job.
no, I heard that was a rumor.
Okay,
The
good.
rumor is that's not real.
You should not get fired from your job for saying stuff like that when you're obviously inebriated in
Sure.
Nashville. I think that's kind of unfair. And what really did she say is bad? She just said this is the sex move she uses that guys like. She's not wrong, and it's not offensive. And really, she brought America together in a time when it's just hard.
We have never been closer as a nation
It's
than when we got hacked to a girl.
you know what? As an American, Oklahoman, even actually,
Mm,
I hate tornadoes when they hit, but I love them for the fact that the community always comes together as one after this kind of stuff
okay.
happens. Hawk to a girl, she has
The
brought
tornadoes.
communities together. Just comedy relief. I just, yeah, I don't understand what the big deal is about it. And if I was her, I'd definitely be leaning into it. I'd be out. I'd
She
be out.
is. She's capitalized. She has hats. She's signing hats now.
Yeah, but no one knows what like her social. He turned off all her social medias. No one can find her on social
Good
media,
for
which
her.
maybe that leads to all the stuff. Like if I did something that got everyone in an uproar and I left social media, maybe that just enhances.
Oh, yeah. She's
Yeah.
keeping her name in everybody's mouth now,
Okay.
along with other things.
Yeah. Tyler's telling me like it was a 1 minute video. You should. I've seen the video. Like she
No, you
was like,
probably saw it's a 1-minute video. I've
yeah.
seen, like, the
I
shortened version of
no,
it
I've
that
seen
I'm sure.
long. I've seen where they ask her a bunch of
I
questions
watched
and
every version.
well,
I know it
and
by heart.
one of them was, he was like, how many are on your roster? And she's like, well, there's only one I want, but until he acts right,
Oh, yeah.
four or five. And she's like, the only way to get over one is to get under another. Like, who cares? Like, she's an adult. She can have sexual
Ish.
relations with people. She can talk about her sexual relations. Like,
Yeah.
we've made a superstar out of Howard Stern who brought chicks
This is true.
onto the fucking radio, had them ride vibrators, and gave them millions of bucks. And now we're gonna talk about this girl. Oh, because she's a girl, she should be able to talk. I just
That's
don't
probably
understand.
true.
I don't understand. Oh, it's
I
a
mean,
girl.
if a
So
guy did it and it was funny, would he have gotten fired?
yeah, no.
It's
If a
still
guy
a
did it, would be, oh,
yeah, brother.
oh, she's like, what a slut. What's up, brother?
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, it's like
Special
you know,
teams.
girls have all that. Girls have all that shit. I don't know. It must be
This
hard.
isn't here for me to complain
Must be
about
hard
being
to be
a
must
girl.
be hard to be a woman. You
It's
know?
really hard to be me, and I just wanted to open up to talk about my feminist journey. No, but actually, I
Hawk
just
Tuah.
I just saw the pictures of the hawk,
That
and
is
I thought
that
that
is
was
funny.
funny.
That funny joke. I knew we were gonna mention her somewhere, but I didn't know it was gonna be into this
Gotta
joke
slip
about
it in
yeah.
when you're
Big
least
slip.
expecting it.
That's
That's what
oh
I
boy,
say to
here we go.
Rob, my husband.
Don't cancel her. Don't get Julian fired for saying
Cancel
something
me, get me
sexual.
fired from the job where I'm talking about
Yeah,
all the things I
don't
shouldn't.
get her fired because she said something about sex. Don't do it. Sign some
Hey,
hats.
that's how we're all here, guys. It's a beautiful, natural thing. So
Not
this,
me.
um,
Immaculate conception for me.
cool. Glad to hear that. I want to know because you think you're funny, right?
Oh, I know I'm funny.
So do you think that everybody thinks they're funny because their sense of humor is like what is funny? So everyone thinks that their own jokes are funny.
Did you ever read a book called
I
like
don't read.
the far like Wayside School or the Far Side School? And it was like just a bunch of
Oh, wait. Yeah.
yeah,
Wait.
you did.
Like the elementary one?
Yes.
Wait, is that the one where the building's like all crooked and stuff?
Yes. Yes. This is the
What
book I'm
is
talking about. No,
that?
there was a story. There's a story in this, and this is what this conversation reminds me of. I actually think it's the opposite. I think it's the other way around. And the story went, they made ice cream in their class, and the ice cream was like, this is Jillian ice cream. This is Nick ice cream. Nick
Oh,
hated Nick ice cream, but he loved everyone else ice cream. Jillian
really?
hated Jillian ice cream, but she loved Nick's ice cream.
What?
And it just yeah, and that's what this story reminds me of. And I think a lot of people always look at other people and think, oh, these people are better than me, or cooler than me, or funnier than me. They see it, but they don't realize that they're actually funny. That's what I think. But
This
me on the
seems
other
so deep. This seems like a good dad talk.
but me on the other, well, I am a dad. But me on the other, I know I'm funny. It's just no way around
Okay.
it. But I also think a lot of other people are funny, and even the people that some people think are unfunny, I think they're funny too, because I think that their sense of humor just feels like this void where there's not another sense of humor. So I kind of look at it, I'm like, that is actually kind of funny because no one else thinks it's funny. It's like
Yeah.
movie, yeah, you know.
Yeah. So do you have it like when if you meet somebody new and you'll kind of like drop a little hint of what your humor is and then they kind of pick it up and you look and you're like, are we are we both hilarious?
Yeah, maybe I guess for me, like I'm always me unabashedly. So if you don't like me, it's not gonna change me. So I don't ever say like, oh, we're the same people. I
Okay.
just
Says
do
the
my
guy
own
who
thing.
gets peer pressure to drink a beer when he's 6
I was fucking learning learning who I was at that time. Now
and
I'm
now you're
very
developed.
confident
All
in
right,
who
all
I
right.
am. See, even in like junior high and high school, like I wasn't like a talking gabber, outgoing guy. Like I was still learning who and what I was. And now that I know who and what I am, I'm just that. And so, like, I don't ever think, oh, we're the same. I kind of think connect with
You're like,
with
I'm
everybody,
hilarious.
really.
Do you remember when you became when that changed and you're like, "Oh wait, I think I'm funny and I know who I am now."
Uh, well, I mean, I guess it would just like most people. It was probably college, right? Because in high school, like you're
Mhm.
still like, oh, there's the cool group. Like I'm not in that group, but I was like
Mhm.
I was an athlete. Like everyone knew, like oh, I was playing sports and they knew me, and so, but there's always the cooler people in this world,
Yeah.
right? Like even now, like I can look and like, oh, like that's the cool group, right? And I don't like associate myself with that group or this group or that group, and I'm fine with that now. But I know that if I wanted to be part of that group, I could go assimilate into that group
Yeah.
pretty easily and be myself, right?
Yeah,
So
everything's fake.
everything
Nothing's
is
real.
I, I'm real.
Nothing's
Jillian's real.
real. You know, we make up like the whole world. But don't get me started on that.
Well, I mean, okay, so if you start looking at like social media and stuff, yes, everything is fake. It blows my mind how fake everything is. Like you look on TikTok and you
Yeah.
watch these videos that are getting all this, and like it's like, oh, they're just sharing their life, and people don't realize like, okay, they shared that 1 minute video, and that 1 minute video is like 3 hours of takes that they put together to make them look the best. Like it's
Yeah.
perfect, right?
Yeah,
And
of
nothing
course.
in this life is perfect, right? Nothing.
Besides my dog, but
uh,
don't ever say that again.
Well, okay, dogs probably need to be in that upper echelon tier of perfection because they love without, without, even if you don't give them love back, they still love you.
Yes.
Like they just have that kind of thing. And so dogs are unique in that.
Yeah.
So if I was to make a new TikTok now and I wanted to just get viral, I would go buy a dog and just have a phone follow my dog the whole time, and I would blow up. That's just kind of how it is. But
I'd be the first follower.
I don't want to cheapen my love for dogs or that dog's love for me by putting them on blast like that. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to profit from the dog. I want to profit from
That's so
this.
noble of you. I think you're
That's
better
why
than a lot of the people I
that's why
know.
I started a
I
charity.
just really wanted the opportunity to tell you because I had the realization when I realized that I was funny. And here's when.
Okay.
It was in high school. This is when I realized that I could, like, kind of talk back and it would be a little bit funny, and I kind of liked the rush. So picture this, ninth grade,
Am I supposed to
math
close my
class,
eyes? Do I close my eyes? Okay, I'm closing.
whatever you feel comfortable with. Ninth grade, math class.
Okay.
My teacher, I won't say her name in case she's watching this right now, imagine, but I came from a school, my 8th grade graduating class was like 13 kids. And then I go to a high school, now there's like over 200 in my class. I'm scared. Who am I? What am I doing? I don't speak up. So I'm in math. I'm starting to get a little wily. I'm finding my personality. My teacher looks at me and she goes, "You're crazy. Have you taken your meds today?" And I said, "No, can I borrow some of yours?" And she went, "You're getting detention." And I was like, "No, no." But I just was like, "Oh my God, what a rush." Like a little clap back. That was my
Personal.
first like clap back to someone who wasn't my parents.
Yeah.
And I
Boom.
was like,
Roasted.
Yeah, who am I? She didn't give me
Wait.
detention. I
Okay.
talked
Yeah.
my way out of it.
No, listen, if a teacher says that to you and you respond back in kind, they shouldn't be able to give you detention for that.
This is what I'm saying now. At the time, back in my day, you could say those things to kids. Now, I could have got her fired, but I didn't, so she's lucky.
True.
Count your blessings.
It's actually funny because Cooper is on and on about right now that Miss Cece, oh, I shouldn't say her name. Damn it. She used the middle finger. But it wasn't like oh, here you go. Like she was talking and she was just like she pointed, but the kids
Yeah, oh,
obviously,
yeah.
oh, middle finger, middle finger. And so he's been on and on about it. I'm like, dude, like she didn't mean it in that way. He's like, she didn't mean the middle finger in the F word way. And I'm like, as a dad, I'm like, what F word?
Well, maybe she did. Let's
Uh,
remember.
but anyway, yeah. So I get it. Like, yeah, no, it's nothing to get canceled over. Right? People,
No, and that's what I used to get away with as a kid, like, with my sister, I would sing where when we weren't allowed to say dumb or stupid or hate or butt or fart, but I would pretend to sing a song like, "Dum da dum 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 dum," and she's
just
like,
to get away
"Oh,
with it.
dad!" And he's like, "No, she's allowed."
Yeah,
You
it's like,
know?
yeah. And what was that? There was that song like, I'm a dick.
"I'm
Addicted.
addicted to
Yeah,
you."
people always say
Da,
I don't
da.
here what I don't understand is how people let words control them and give them so much meaning and not realizing that they're the reason that the words are like that because they give them that much meaning. Like words are just
That's
words.
true.
Like I say shit all the time off the top of my head that I don't even remember saying, not like offensive stuff, but it's just like I don't understand. Like it's just how can you let someone's words hurt you in a fashion that you need to kill them, get them
Oh
canceled,
god.
but you
Took
know
a
what I'm saying?
turn.
Like, there are people that, like, "Oh, you call me a name, I'm gonna shoot you." Like, I'm just like, "Holy fuck,"
Yeah,
like,
I
that seems
guess.
wild. That seems pretty wild, but, this is a whole
Oh my
different
goodness.
show, than Beer League
Yeah,
Hockey.
I feel like when's the last time you talked to your therapist? I feel like we have a lot that you gotta get off your
I
chest
am
today.
I am my own therapist. I talk to myself a lot, but
It
usually it's
all
about
makes
honesty.
sense now.
This is but hey, life lessons with the BLPA Big Show, that's what we're here for.
If you
Yeah,
didn't
so
wanna know, you now you know.
Okay, well, let's switch it back to hockey and talk about what we got
Yeah.
coming up. Hopefully, you guys will be able to see us here in the future. I'm going to start doing jersey reveals on the Big Show. Once I get them, I'm going to do them on the Big Show first, and then so you guys will get a sneak peek if you're in here watching. But so we're our next decks. Well, obviously we have the Bash in DC, and in 2 weeks we're in Pittsburgh doing the draft experience and it's a Lego theme. So we Lego-fied some logos, which are really cool. Most people have seen those. And then the next tournament after that is going to be the Austin Bash. And then after that, it just gets crazy. It goes Oklahoma City and then Chicago and then Lake Placid. And then what's after Lake Placid? There's something at the end of August, but I cannot remember. Nashville, Alaska, Columbus, Lake
Minnesota?
Placid, Lake Placid again. Minnesota is October
3rd?
6th through 8th or something. It's
6th?
the first weekend, whatever the first weekend is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Minnesota.
Minnesota. You
You
betcha.
betcha. Yeah.
Don't ya know?
So yeah, so there's that, and then other stuff to plug. Obviously, our merch. Like we just brought out the King of the Christmas, which is our
Cute.
which is our my Disney inspired theme ideas. So it's like Jack the Pumpkin King as a goalie because his face already looks like a goalie. So why wouldn't he be a goalie, right? It's and then I have a couple other ones like obviously Haunted Mansion. I'm a big Haunted Mansion fan, so I have some Haunted Mansion shirts coming out. Inspired Haunted Mansion inspired. We're not
Don't get us
with
sued.
inspiration. Although, what did someone say? Like someone said we need to that you were going to sue us the other day.
Oh, for hockey. When
Yeah,
I, if
yeah.
I
Don't
play
let you play
hockey with
hockey
you
because
guys,
then
then
she'll just sue us.
I'm gonna sue you guys.
Well, listen, she's gonna have signed waivers.
I'll
So I
sign a
mean,
waiver.
yeah,
I'll
she's
sign
signed
every
waivers.
waiver.
Don't
I
worry
don't have
about it.
standards.
She don't care. She's still young. She's young. She's not gonna get hurt. No one gets hurt playing hockey. No one gets hurt playing hockey. You know.
No.
Um,
Good for you.
okay. You got any other topics, or is that a good place to wrap it up?
No, the best place to wrap it up is you will see my updated handle. Look at that. It's
Oh, that
real. I
BLPA
am
joke.
officially official on the IG.
Hey, you know what we didn't discuss last week? That would be a good thing to wrap it up is direction of the show. Since you've kind of, does this chick play hockey or just figure skate? Hey,
I'm not
she's
good at
figure
anything,
skated.
Lexi.
Yeah, she's not good. She's not even good at life. Uh,
No,
she comes from a hockey family. She
sure
plays
do.
volleyball, but we're gonna get her in.
I
She
figure
figure
skate
skate,
too, so don't say I haven't been on the ice. I
figure
I
skate.
just figure skate.
Yeah, listen, But we're transitioning. I'm doing the Lord's work here, Lexi. Let me work. Let me cook here. Okay. Let me run my game on her. Let me run my game, and then I'll get her into the game. See how that works?
My
That's what we're
sister
gonna do.
also became, as a figure skater, she is now one of like the ice girls for the Minnesota Wild, like, shoveling in between all the
Yeah.
stuff. And she has to wear hockey skates for that. And she didn't cry. So I feel like I could do it.
Could she play hockey, you think?
She could do anything she puts her mind to.
How is she, older or younger?
She's younger. She could do
Okay.
it.
Maybe we'll get her on.
She's in.
We'll interview her about Life of an Ice Girl.
I totally would. Would be probably a hoot and a half. But also I want to have it where my dad, because he actually plays hockey and still does his beer league thing, like teaches us to dangle or like teaches us hockey moves.
Okay, that's a good video.
Yeah. So I just have to get
Dangles
home
with
first.
Dad.
Hmm?
Dangles with Dad. I like that.
Yeah, but I
Okay.
don't know. I don't know if I like the way it sounds. I'm still
But
workshopping the title of that
no,
one.
that's actually good because it makes people think like, huh? I got to check this
Dad's
out.
dangling?
I actually
Nice.
have a video idea too that I need to make, and it's uh, POV life as a goalie.
Oh,
I'm not a goalie, but I can think like a goalie, and this
okay.
is how I think that they view life. Or I don't know if I want to do it as like it's basically they expect everything for free. uh,
I think I'd be a goalie.
but maybe I'm going to do it from the perspective of that everyone that they interact with knows that, oh, you're a goalie, you shouldn't have to pay for that, and we'll do that.
Mm.
We'll play on
Okay.
that. That's I have an idea, and now it's just
Okay.
making the videos happen. But we didn't tell people last time. Like you're kind of in charge of the show now, like in terms of like the direction, what we do,
You
the things we do. I mean, listen, you're not going to control what I say. That's for sure. I'm just still going to say it.
too. I'm
But
still working on that.
you can probably shape the order in which I say them.
Okay. It's
You know?
huge.
Yeah, that's a start. So why don't you tell people a little bit of your ideas for the show, direction of the show, that kind of stuff?
We did talk about that last time.
I don't remember it actually. Did you?
Oh, well,
Did we
I
do
did.
it?
We did because we said we're getting guests, we're getting bits, and we're getting games because I wanted to bring some games. I also want to start hearing because we have good commenters. Like, well, the one that I wanted to ask, like, I want to start asking questions on our Facebook group of saying, like, okay, tell me the worst, weirdest injury that you got while playing a game. Get that, talk about it. I want to hear from the people because I've
Yeah.
heard enough of me running my mouth.
Well, I'm going to let you know. I'll never get tired of me running my mouth. So, but I do
That
like,
makes one of us.
I do like direction, right? I like having people that can interact with us, and we
Yeah.
even these injuries. Like I want to get like we can plug in videos. Like we have the know how to plug videos into this thing. Like I can just go into this little presentation feature. Oh, it's not gonna let me do it. I can. Oh, there we go. See presentation feature, and then
Oh,
you can have other people come in. Like we can Q&A, send questions in the chat.
there's
Like
so many cool things.
we can do a lot of stuff on this guy.
Yeah.
And so yeah, I mean, way more interactive. I mean, this show is for beer leaguers. I mean,
Yeah.
someone that dislikes me a lot, he tried to get on my podcast and even tried to sue me to be a part of the podcast. A
Passion.
loser. But he when I wouldn't let him, and then he came out and said, "Oh, any white guy over 30 that does podcasts, they're just using it as free therapy." Yeah, probably we are. Right? No
Yeah.
big deal.
And what's wrong with that?
Yeah, and listen, what's wrong with me want to interact with people that I like interacting with, all my friends, all that I play hockey with? I don't understand.
Yeah.
Lots of stuff on store. We're just kind of getting stuff. Usually we, as me and Jason would do, we'd free balling, right? We just kind
Yeah.
of flew off the seat of our pants. And Jillian's coming here and says, you know what? Free balling's cool sometimes, but
Yeah.
needs to have a little
Heard.
bit of organization as well. And so
Just
we're
a
gonna get
smidge.
we're gonna get that going. We'll get a hard day that we're actually going to record. We're working through that with my schedule. And then we'll start getting guests on here and promoting shit and doing all that, having some good commentary and stuff. So,
Yeah,
but
girl.
for you guys that are watching right now, that are watching us live, we appreciate you being live, but we need you to download for the brand. We need you to go in. I don't
FTV.
care if you listen to it. If you listen to it, you can listen to us again. All right. You need to go in, you need to, you need to download, you need to download our episodes. I'm going to put a secret word in there. I'm just going to plug it in randomly. Now you're not going to know. You're going to have to scrub through it, listen to it. I don't care if you have to scrub through it. And all you got to do is bring that word back next week in our live session and say it. And then we're going to write it down and we're going to have winners. Yeah, we're going to have winners. That's your game. You want games, right?
I
We got
love games.
We got
I love
games.
winning games.
We got games. So, all right. So be on the lookout for the Puck 10 project. Come play hockey with us.
Mhm.
Jillian's on Instagram. Maybe we'll get her on Twitter at BLPA Jillian. That's
Yeah.
JILLIAN. Now I'm gonna have to change the intro since Brooklyn is kind of a hit and miss as well. I'll do
Oh,
that.
whisper.
I'll do that, and then yeah. Other than that, guys, hey, we love you guys being here. We love you being a part of the
We love
BLPA.
you.
We love interacting with you. I love playing hockey with you guys. Basically, we just love you guys. This is a big love show.
True.
Let's
Oh
all
my
just love each other. Let's love each other. Everybody
Yeah.
love each other, and eat some fucking Nanner Puddin. Let's go. Be good or be good at it.